Hi all, welcome back to the interview stage. This is the web series where I take your favorite job interview questions and I answer them in video format using the hashtag #TheInterviewStage. I did that quite well. I'm pretty impressed with myself. Today's question comes from David Hutchinson of Hutchinson Group Incorporated, which is a recruitment firm. So you won't be seeing any sock puppets in this video. Sorry to disappoint. David asks, I will admit that this is a extremely difficult question for me to answer. I think it is because I'm typically not that much of a future thinker. Perhaps that's something that I should add to my weaknesses. Typically in my career I've been focused on the here and now, what needs to be done right now in order to meet a deadline. And so thinking about the far future, especially something as far as the last 5 years of my career, is quite the challenge for me. I read somewhere that as humans, we are not programmed to think that far in the future, making it difficult to do stuff like save money in the long term and think about long-term health benefits of exercise and diet, for example. And the reason is because we weren't really meant to live this long. And so our brains are not programmed to think that far in the future. How morbid is that? Now, specifically, you asked about what role I see myself in the last 5 years of my career. I think that's really difficult because by the time the last 5 years of my career roll around, which will be way in the future, I think roles will have changed a lot in organizations. So what I'd like to be seeing myself doing in the last 5 years of my career, however, is something very meaningful. In other words, every day going to work and knowing that the work I'm doing is helping someone, whether that's living a better life or helping society in general. I also want to be constantly learning in my position, whether that's about new technologies or the latest trends in media. Helping to develop people and being part of the hiring process is something that I'd like to be working on as well. Making sure that the mission that I'd started out with in the company that I'm with at that time will be continued in a sustainable way by making sure that the right people are in place and that they have the right skills needed. So what am I doing to work toward these goals? For the first point, in terms of finding a meaningful career, well, I've embarked on this search of finding a career in cause or not-for-profit, or working on something that's helping people live a better life. Second goal of always learning, I try to be very open-minded with new technologies and I keep abreast of all the new trends in the media world through social media, following the people who are at the forefront of what is cutting edge. In terms of developing people, which is the third area that I want to focus on in the last 5 years of my career, I'd say it's growing my network, being constantly aware of the new talent that's coming into the industry, being aware of the changes in workplace style and being able to know what people's priorities are in this changing workplace, as well as being open to that change and continuing to develop my empathetic listening skills and knowing and learning what people's motivations are to help them get their best work done.